bring in former Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski. He's the president and CEO of Lewandowski Strategic Advisors and the co-author of Let Trump Be Trump. Corey Lewandowski, good to see you, sir. Your reaction?
Look, my reaction is the interview last night with Bret Baier was amazing on so many fronts. Either Jim Comey is the most inept FBI leader in our history, or he's completely obtuse of actually what takes place, or he's a bold-faced liar. You know, this reminds me of the days of Bill Clinton of saying, what is. Yeah, Jim Comey's question is, what is a leak? A leak is when you give out information you're not supposed to, and Bret pressed him on this issue. Doesn't the FBI manual say you cannot disclose information you've obtained as a member of the FBI without the written authorization from your supervisor? And he didn't even answer the question. He's now proven to have given out classified information without the authorization. He said, well, I didn't think it was classified. That's not for him to determine. There has to be more accountability. We know he gave out this information to put it in the media. And now we find out about a special government employee, only one, that was part of the FBI that he gave this information to. I've never heard this term before. Yeah. And Bret asked him, how many other people are special government employees? And he said, well, just this one. This whole thing is insane. And between him and McCabe and the waiting IG report, we can see how faulty the leadership has been at the FBI, and the American people deserve better.
What I want to know is how high up the poll this goes, because, you know, the other night, Alan Dershowitz was on Laura Ingram's show, and he basically said what's going on here is Jim Comey is protecting President Obama, because that's where all the directives were coming from. You know, and we know that this bias was going on across the leadership of the FBI and the DOJ. The number 3 guy at the Department of Justice was Bruce Ohr, and his wife was Miss Ohr working for Fusion GPS. So, I mean, Comey was also questioned about the origins of the anti-Trump dossier, as Dagan told us a minute ago. That was compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele, paid for by the Democrats. Listen to this.
When did you learn that the DNC and Hillary Clinton campaign had funded Christopher Steele's work?
Yeah, I still don't know that for a fact.
What do you mean?
I've only seen it in the media. I never knew exactly which Democrats had funded. I knew it was funded first by Republicans, opposed to Donald.
But that's not true.
I'm sorry?
That's not true. That the dossier that Christopher Steele worked on was funded by Republicans?
My understanding was the activity was begun, that Steele was hired to look into, was first funded by Republicans, then picked up, the important thing was picked up by Democrats opposed to Donald Trump.
Corey, how are you the FBI director and you don't know who just gave you a piece of research that you want to use to get a warrant to spy on Americans? How do you not know where that dossier came from? Right there, that's a lie.
This is so insane. You've got the head of the FBI, who I believe signed a FISA application warrant to a federal judge saying that the information we're providing you, to the best of our knowledge, is full and accurate, and they use the information to usurp the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution to spy on Americans on U.S. soil, and now he's saying, well, we don't know where the information came from. Originally, he said, this information came from a trusted FBI source, which he refers to as Christopher Steele. Now he's saying, I don't know where it came from. He has lied and lied and lied, and when the IG report comes out, he's going to be in the same predicament that his best friend McCabe is in, who the IG has said has lied 3 times under oath, and there had better be accountability for both of these individuals.
You're talking about criminal charges referral.
Absolutely.
That's what we could see, Dagan. I mean, I think he knows this IG report's coming out. He knows that these criminal charges are going to be recommended. He's got to stick to his story.
I want to see a trial of Andy McCabe, because Andy McCabe said that Andy McCabe, according to the IG report, not only lied to Jim Comey, but about Jim Comey. Put them both on the witness stand.
Yeah, let's get Loretta Lynch up there, too.
It's just
who wanted them to all call it a matter and not a criminal investigation, which they did.
Yeah, she's busy on the tarmac with Bill Clinton right now.
There's so much.
Well, the issue with James Comey, too, is he explicitly said that he released his quote-unquote diaries. We know was
diary, right,
for the explicit effect of getting a special prosecutor.
Because he's in charge of the world.
He said that he had an agenda.
Right. Yes, he did. Look, I just want to say the reason that we're so fired up about this, because this is much bigger than Donald Trump at this point. This is about America. This is about the rule of law. And when you are in a position of power, you are not to abuse that power. And that's what has gone on here. That's why I'm so outraged by it.
You had, Corey, you had a dossier that was funded by the Trump opponent.
Political opponent.
That was used to basically spy on a member of the Trump campaign.
Outrageous.
And Jim Comey says, I don't know who funded it.
Yeah, right.
By choice, you didn't know.
Look, Maria, Jim Comey has the largest Messiah complex there is. He has now determined what is right and wrong for the country.
Right.
He has determined what information should or shouldn't get out, regardless of if it was classified. He said he didn't think it was classified. That's not his determination.
Right.
He has done everything that has benefited Jim Comey because his friends, McCabe, Strzok, Page, they had an insurance policy against Trump. They never thought he was going to win. And now they woke up on Election Day and said, uh-oh, what just happened? We're in trouble.
Right.
Because they know they were covering for the Clinton campaign.
And we now know what the insurance policy is. The insurance policy is investigation after investigation after investigation after investigation to try to delegitimize this president. Bottom line, they wanted to change the election. They wanted to change the results of a presidential election after half the country voted for him. They didn't like the outcome. That's it. That's what they wanted to do. Corey, thank you.
Thank
Corey
you.
Lewandowski.